All right, David Schamis here with Schamis Shots. Big special we have today in the booth. I'm not here alone. I got Schamis Shots' first intern here. Mike, introduce yourself, please.
Yes, I am Mike Calandra. Everyone who watched the Facebook Live a couple of weeks ago on January 12th, you saw the Lady Islanders in a big victory over the New York City Cyclones. Yesterday, they lost in a very dramatic way, losing by one goal, 5-4. This will be a big opportunity for the Lady Islanders to bounce back, especially against Mamaroneck. But it's going to be a tough challenge if they don't keep that lead intact, like we saw last time when they were up 2-0 in the final moments of the third before the end result became 2-2.
I'll tell you, Mike, these ladies have had trouble keeping leads. Yesterday they were winning 4-2. For the Mamaroneck game, they were winning 2-0, and they've had some trouble keeping leads.
And out on the ice, here comes Mamaroneck, bringing the puck in the zone. This is Anna Danielle along the wall, loses it to the Lady Islanders, and it's picked up again by Mamaroneck. Pass almost intercepted by Schamis, and breaking into the corner is the Tigers' Peyton Caggiano, guarded down low, and that feed wouldn't go, and it'll be brought up by number 11, Laura Castronova. Castronova sends it into the corner. On the hunt is Schamis.
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 Here's my daughter.
Caroline Schamis.
Or you can call her the Crusher.
Is it Schamis or Schamis?
Schamis.
All right.
Long A.
Gotcha. This one hops off the skate, and it'll be chased back by Mamaroneck. It's number 47. That was Morgan Daly. Sent up ahead again before it's cut off by Sullivan and then played back to Tara Seewaldt. She had 2 goals yesterday against the NYC Cyclones. Cross ice feed onto the stick of Sullivan. Sullivan able to get by. Dancing her way free. She gets knocked down to the ground, and that's going to draw a penalty in the first power play for the Lady Islanders early on.
Nice. I was happy to see that called. I was worried there for a second. I wasn't going to get a call there. But that was a good penalty to draw there. And the power play is a nice way to start here.
And a tripping call against number 47, Morgan Daly, will put the Lady Islanders on the woman advantage for the first time in today's game. So this will be something interesting to see, because this was kind of a similar scenario the last time these two teams met. Lady Islanders got big chances and they capitalized. That shot is covered up by Fiona Griffiths.
So it's interesting. Tall Tara, number 55, is playing defense today. She moves back and forth to defense and forward. But it looks like today she's playing defense, or at least certain for the power play she is. We'll see where they put her for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that definitely caught my attention, Dave, knowing that Hare plays forward. So I'm wondering if Coach Mark Dubeau is trying to shake things up here, trying to maybe play a little mind games against Mamaroneck in order to ensure some intimidation and maybe get a big start here.
I think Tall Tower, she'll play both. I actually think play defense and forward. She does maybe even 50-50. So we'll see her at both.
Kindred Hare gets it on to the stick of Courtney Reynolds. Reynolds, guarded in the corner, gets bumped into the boards, and now it's picked up by Mamaroneck once again.
Not loving this power play so far. I don't know about you.
Yeah, definitely the Lady Islanders need to step it up here and get something going. And it looks like they have that opportunity as that centering feed is cut off. Another chance with Schamis from the point. Knocked down as they fight away from it. Back to the point. Shot by Dubeau. Hit a woman in front. Rebounds. And trying to stuff it home was Castronova for another goal added to her resume, but it's covered up again by Griffiths.
Some good shots there, I got to tell you. There was a lot of good pressure. The Crusher there had a nice shot, though she put it right into her pads. I'm always a little more critical of my own daughter than other kids, so don't be surprised.
And that face-off is won again by the Lady Islanders. They have 39 seconds to make something happen here, as Mamaroneck is showing their toughness on the defense. Chance in front. That's turned aside again by Griffiths, and it'll be played around the half wall and brought back up by the Tigers. Short-handed comes number 10, Catherine Lola. Stops, puts on the brakes, sends it in front as it hops off the stick of a Lady Islander. That was number 16, Sam Richard. Richard plays it off the boards onto the stick of Castronova again. Margishes turns the corner and he'll bring it back into the zone. Stops short again, but that's a mistake right there that can't be made as Mamaroneck is so far putting the pressure on, surprisingly, against the Lady Islanders, who have already not converted on one power play tonight.
I will say, though, that they got a fair amount of pressure in that power play.
There's Molly Sullivan
it.
breaking through the check, gets a shot on, but it's stopped on a pad save made by Griffiths. Back to the point, Dubeau. Sullivan plays it cleanly as it's thrown across. Having trouble handling that pass was Reynolds. Cross-ice speed. Shot again by Dubeau.
That's actually tall Tara.
Dead.
That's 55 is Tara.
I'm getting mixed up with the numbers.
Yep, 55 is Tara, 57 is Dubeau.
But thankfully the whistle blown, so if that was a goal, I wouldn't have made that mistake.
So tall Tara is definitely back on defense here.
Very interesting to see who are at the points tonight. Like you mentioned, tall Tara, Seewaldt, and on the left side you have the frequent left defenseman is Kindred Hare. Shoots lefty from Sands Point, New York. Shot, save, rebound, score!
Nice job, Skelly. Number 82, Sarah Kelly put that in, known as Skelly. Nice job.
Minutes after the power play expired, the Lady Islanders jump out in front. They strike first on a goal by Sarah Kelly, making it number 2 for her this season. And it's 1-0.
So this is when I get nervous. We jump out to a lead in the first. These girls are ready to get back on the bus and call it a win. Hopefully that won't happen here. I also want to mention here that today's video is being broadcast in 4K. Anyone watching this on YouTube should put it on full resolution on their TV because it's a 4K broadcast.
With that goal, Kelly's point total is now up to 4. With over 10 minutes to go, the Lady Islanders are in a comfortable spot. Breaking the ice. And now Mamaroneck will have to try to come up with something to answer back. That's if the Lady Islanders continue this offensive surge. The Tigers playing it in the neutral zone. That hops off the stick as the pass was intended to the left side on the stick of number 50, Emily Rochia. This one skitters off the boards and it finds the stick of Castronova. Cross-ice feed to Schamis. And she's not going to be able to get there first. Mamaroneck bringing the heat again. Here comes cross-ice feed that wouldn't go by number 64, Julian Korb. Schamis with speed, gets it ahead onto the stick of Castronova. Castronova with a burst. Can't get in front of her opponent, and Mamaroneck will take over again.
A lot of back and forth here. A lot of skating up and down the ice, but at least we've come away with the lead so far.
And that will propel out of play, and the faceoff will take place just outside the blue line of the Mamaroneck zone. 8:57 to go in the opening period, and another draw is won again by the Lady Islanders as this one is slapped back into Lady Islanders zone. It's touched up for icing.
So far, I like the energy, though. Even though we're up by 1, I don't think they're not slowing down yet. They're keeping the pressure on. Hopefully, that'll continue through the game.
Getting tied up on the faceoff draw against Sullivan was number 34, Melanie Messiel. She stumbled to the ice, and there's a chance that's shut down by Trocchio. Back to the point again.
Mike, do we have a record for this Mamaroneck team? Do we know their record on for the season?
Not a clue because I tried to register for it. And
oh, that's right. You mentioned that. Their website is locked down, huh?
Yep.
You wouldn't want anybody to know about how well your team's doing. I guess that's something I want to keep secret.
You got to keep it undercover if you want to.
You wouldn't want college coaches or anyone else to know what's going on. You want to keep that stuff very secret.
And this one is knifed in again. Having trouble handling it on the defensive side of the Lady Islanders. And playing it behind the net, protecting it on the stick. Is Castronova, sends it back in front, no one was home. A try
Nice
from
shot.
the point, misses wide of the nets by Daly. They fight along the half boards again. Who gets there first? And this one is whipped around the boards by number 13, that
Hailey,
was Wiedenkeller.
Big Red.
Sent back in, nearly gone. Griffiths was going to cover it up, but new reinforcements will take the ice with 7.5 left to play in this first period. Schamis able to dance her way by. Can't keep the motion going. Was able to get it back in after it was briefly stopped in her tracks. Cross ice feed. Misses the stick of number
16 is Sam Richard.
of number 11. Actually, no, that was number 16.
16, Sam Richard. Sam is a
Sam
defenseman.
Richard for the Lady Islanders getting off the ice. That was actually number 18, Estelle McGard, who had a big chance that wouldn't go in front. Sullivan again, able to break through the defense. Sullivan fires, scores!
Nice. Nice job, Molly. Nice job of the appendix right there. We call it the appendix because she had to miss a few games when she had her appendix removed.
Some things change and some things remain the same. And for Molly Sullivan, it's the later as she adds another goal to her resume. That's her 5th this season. She had a big 2-goal performance a couple weeks ago against NYC and last night against the Cyclones. This time in Chelsea Piers, she had a goal and a point. So this weekend, she's having a pretty solid performance.
So, Mike, I have to say, we're up 2-0 again. This feels like deja vu. We got to see these girls keep the gas going on here. I would hate to see them give this up again.
Well, playing it carefully with the glove was Trocchio. But still, the Tigers remain confident in the zone before Sullivan stole it away, and here she comes. Fires, and this time it'll be covered up by Griffith with 6 minutes remaining in the first period.
Now is a good time to talk about Hailey, Big Red. Looks like she went with the ponytail today, no braids. She's Big Red because of she's red hair, and we often talk about what hairstyle she goes with. But today looks like the regular traditional ponytail, no braids. We're going to keep talking about her hair until I get a cease and desist order from her family.
She shoots the prodigy from Bayville, New York, shoots lefty, and in her 11 games played, she has registered 2 assists and 2 points. And while Hailey's on the ice, her teammates will continue to try to work against the Mamaroneck Tigers defense. As this is Castronova again along the half wall. Back to the point on the stick of Hare, thrown in front. Here's Seewaldt from the top. Got a shot off that was stopped on the stick of Griffith. Down low again, Wiedenkeller thrown in front. Another chance shut down. That was Castronova trying to notch one in. And instead it'll be brought back in again by Loga. Loga, the head coach's daughter, on the ice for the Mamaroneck Tigers as this pass was intercepted again. And no surprise, Laura Castronova with a head full of steam. Able to work her way by.
Big Laura. They don't call her Big Laura for nothing.
Stops on a dime right there, and now she's going to take a detour right to the bench as she's out of energy. New reinforcement coming on tonight. That is Courtney Reynolds from Riverhead, New York. A conference along the boards, and now Mamaroneck is able to get by and break into the neutral zone. Taking it wide is the Tigers. And now it's Dubeau handling business for the Lady Islanders. Still having trouble getting out of the zone as it was briefly on the stick of Peyton Caggiano, number 2 for Mamaroneck. Courtney Reynolds trying to lean on her opponent to try to get through. And meanwhile, Mamaroneck is still in a difficult situation, not able to clear it out of the zone. And again, Sullivan, this time aggressively trying to throw it back into their territory. And it'll be picked up again by Schamis.
Nope, that's Sam Richard.
Sam Richard.
She's 16, Schamis is 15.
15 Schamis, 16 Sam Richard. 3.5 left to go in the opening period. New reinforcements once again for both teams stepping onto the playing territory. And it'll be picked up again by coach's daughter, Dubeau. Dubeau got knocked down by number 64, Julian Korb. There's Reynolds, backhanded one into the left corner, will be chased by the Lady Islanders. Three minutes left to play. Centering feed, just short, and a good defensive play made by the Lady Islanders. As here's Tara Seewaldt. Like we mentioned, not normally playing the defensive position. She's a well-known forward for this.
No, she actually plays both. It's fair to say she plays D and forward. She's not one or the other.
Back to get it is Seewaldt, the very versatile hockey player for the Lady Islanders. As mentioned by my color commentator partner, Dave Schamis. Here's Seewaldt, dangling her way through, throws it on net, and that one actually hit the mask of Griffith. Firing from the top was Sullivan, and it missed wide of the net. That one is chipped high and finds the stick of Mamaroneck. This is a big opportunity here for the Tigers if they can capitalize. Loga trying to skip one ahead. This pass is not going to go for the Tigers. Sullivan drops it back in the trailer to Reynolds. Sullivan banks it back to Dubeau. Dubeau with a chance, throws it in front, deflection, hopping high in the air. No one was able to put home the opportunity. Another chance shut down. And Mamaroneck still not out of the zone as Sullivan fires a shot that hits the arm of Griffith.
A lot of pressure here, a lot of pressure.
A very different, aggressive tune of energy by the Lady Islanders as they lead 2-0 and maybe have gotten at least 5 other chances that would have gone in. Griffith has been putting on a good show so far for Mamaroneck, keeping them in it. Brought back in again, here's Kagiana, lost in her tracks, and the Lady Islanders continuing their consistency on the defense as it's brought back in again on the offense by Castronova. Laid it onto the stick of Wiedenkeller, thrown in front, looks for Castronova. Seewaldt fires another shot that went wide, high off the glass, and it's knocked back into the Lady Islanders territory as we reach the final 40 seconds of the first period.
No icing, huh? I thought we were going to get an icing there.
An unusual sequence right there, as that one would have been touched for icing in many other cases, except this one, supposedly.
These refs might have somewhere to be tonight. Might be the last game of the night. One of these guys might have a date tonight. You never know.
20 seconds left to play. And this one again is sent around the boards, picked up by Mamaroneck. Who's to get it? Kindred Hare. There she is on the defense again. One last opportunity, and it hits a leg in front on the shot by Loga. And after one, the Lady Islanders are up 2-0 going into the second period.
We are back. Second period. Lady Islanders winning 2-0. I've said this before, I'll say it again. It's a scary situation for the Lady Islanders to be up 2-0. We blew a 2-goal lead against this team last time we played them. We blew a 2-goal lead yesterday against the Cyclones. I don't want to jinx us, but I need to see 2 or 3 more goals here. What do you think, Mike?
I think that's the right strategy, Dave. It's just going to be the matter of where the Lady Islanders, if there's going to be any cracks that they're going to find themselves in, because there's still a lot of time for Mamaroneck to really get back into this one.
A lot of time.
As we get back into play, this one is banked off the boards, this time by Richard, number 16. before it's
Nice job, Reynolds wrap.
intercepted by Courtney Reynolds. Reynolds trying to work her way free of her opponents. And back to get it again is Heinz. On the half wall. She tried to get it to her teammate, but only found the Lady Islander. This chance from the point by Richard hops off the stick. Trying to pop one free is Kelly. On the half to try to get it to her is Sullivan, and down low, harassing her opponent is Reynolds. Richard whiffed on the shot, stays in control with it, and she'll bring it down low behind the board, behind the net. That one was cut off by Mamaroneck. Reynolds keeping it alive and is able to skitter one into the corner. Mamaroneck now is able to safely clear it out, and this one is going to be touched for icing.
One thing I don't like about this at this league is they allow you to change on an icing. I'm sure you know in the NHL and other leagues, if you ice the puck, you're not allowed to change to get your tired players off the ice. They let them do it here, so it's okay, I guess. But you see a lot more icing.
And that's definitely a positive sign. You want to keep these girls all rested up. And there's a reason why right there on the rebound,
Big
putting
Laura.
it home for the goal is Laura Castronova.
They don't call it Big Laura for nothing. So you tell me, look at number 11 or number 55, Big Laura and Tall Tower. You can't tell the difference between them, can you?
You cannot tell the difference whatsoever, Dave.
5 feet, 6 feet, you really can't tell the difference.
Two Titans that have catapulted the Lady Islanders into a big lead. They're up 3-0 with 13:20 left to go in this second period. Seewaldt. Now it's Schamis. Got it onto the stick of Wiedenkeller. Wiedenkeller had Castronova charging hard to the net, but she took a hard spill onto the ice. No
call
penalty
there.
call.
There was some stick work there, but refs aren't going to call that. As I said, I think these refs have somewhere to be, so they want to keep this clock rolling.
We are located up in Mamaroneck, New York, on a very cold Sunday night. And this faceoff draw is won fabulously by the Lady Islanders. Richard throwing one on net. Save, rebound. This time will be covered up carefully by Griffith.
Some sad news today out of LA. I feel like we need to discuss that as sports fans.
Oh yeah.
Terrible news about Kobe Bryant on that helicopter with his daughter, some friends going to a basketball game. I have to say I don't like helicopters. I've been on them before, too often. I don't like them. This might be an opportunity for me to retire from helicopters.
And definitely we send our condolences out to Kobe Bryant's wife and his 3 daughters that he left behind after this sudden tragedy that took place.
Terrible
on
story.
what started out as a blissful Sunday morning that turned into a very dark rest of the week. And with the Super Bowl coming up, it's going to be hard to really kind of stay focused and think of happy times, especially with how much of a legacy Kobe Bryant put into when it comes to not just sports but outside of sports.
Kobe, I believe, just he had been 3rd in NBA all-time scoring. I think LeBron just passed him. So now they'll make him 4th in NBA all-time scoring. Terrible.
The five-time NBA champion will subsequently get inducted to the Hall of Fame, unfortunately posthumously, and
he's not in the Hall of Fame yet?
He's going to get he was supposed to get elected this year. This was supposed to be his year.
Wow.
Him and Jeter, among the many great sports figures around the world, joining a prestigious club in the same year, except one of them.
Nice shot there by Skelly. Nice puck movement.
Except one of their fates was decided today. And as you mentioned right there before, Kelly had a good shot right there, but was stopped by good goaltending once again by Griffith.
Yeah, I have to say, the Mamaroneck goalie, she's taken a lot of shots today. She's taken a lot of pressure. I don't think they can blame this one on her so far, because she's taken a ton of pressure.
Ripping one from the point again was Hare, and this time it'll be played on the stick. Brought back in with speed by Adrian Kentrowitz, and taking a hard fall into the end boards was Wiedenkeller.
I think she made a trip on the red line back there. These girls trip on the lines a lot. It happens.
Rosenberg, pressure by Seewaldt, and she's going to step back on that one. She saw that there was a giant mountain to climb. You mentioned Tall Tara, and that's basically climbing Mount Everest.
That is climbing Mount Everest in Tall Tara. I think Tall Tara is almost 6 feet tall, if not over 6 at this point. And there's Big Laura in the corner. Look at Big Laura.
Castronova in an aggressive emotional battle down low as she lost her stick momentarily. From the point, Castronova was in the right place at the right time, but the puck just hopped off the stick. As that one was thrown from the top by Dubeau, and she'll handle it cleanly, gets it onto the stick of Richard, who sends it ahead once again for Castronova. Those two get tangled in the middle, and here comes Mamaroneck, bring back in, shot this time by Rosenberg, was stopped by Trocchio. Rosenberg dangling. Backhand opportunity misses wide. And getting there before her opponent was Richard. On her horse was Sullivan, and she actually dumped one of the players down to the ice. Looking for a penalty was Mamaroneck's number 25, Willie Margashes. And meanwhile in the corner, it's Dubeau. Dubeau in a little bit of difficulty as the Lady Islanders find themselves battling in their own zone. 9.5 left to play in the second period. Nice speed from Reynolds across to Schamis. Schamis looking for a line change as she'll send it into the corner for Reynolds to go after. Back onto the ice is Hare. Brought back in once more by Duthie. Lost in her tracks. This one hops high. And it'll be brought back in once more by Hare. Hare approaching the zone. Able to get her way by. Who's open? Banks it off the boards. Back to Seewaldt. Shot deflected off a stick in front. Rebound battling for it in the crease. It's still loose. And taking a swipe in frustration was the goaltender Fiona Griffiths as emotions are running high with as the Lady Islanders lead 3-0 with 8:52 to go.
Yeah, this so far this hasn't gotten chippy yet, but I worry it might get. Another goal by the Lady Islanders. We might see some chippiness by Mamaroneck, especially after last game where they felt they got the better of us with the tie.
I don't know what it is about me when it comes to when ever I'm announcing a hockey game or whatever. There's always some type of chippy affair. The first time we announced, we had the coaches going at it before the game started, and now we got the goaltenders mixing it up with the players here in Mamaroneck.
It might not be you. It might be hockey. I feel like it might be chippiness in games you announce. It might be chippiness in games you don't announce.
That's true.
So I think it's probably more hockey and less you.
Well, yeah, hockey's one of those sports where you're kind of
contact.
You're going to expect a lot of chippiness. You're banging against, your bodies are banging 24/7 basically for 60 minutes. It's nuts what this sport can do and what it results in. It contains a lot of explosive activity, emotions running high, like we mentioned.
The other thing, the NHL lets them get away with fighting because none of the fans like it. And that kind of trickles down to all levels, I think.
And speaking of trickling, this one is trickled back into the Lady Islanders zone, but it'll be picked up
whoa, I didn't like that at all.
Losing control of it and causing collateral damage for the Lady Islanders was Tara Seewaldt.
Didn't like that at all. Let's get it out of the zone and regroup.
Not cleared out quite yet by the Lady Islanders, and it'll be picked up by Kelly. Kelly in a heap of trouble, lost it to Rosenberg. Rosenberg gonna take it wide. No, she's gonna dangle, tip the shoulder. Actually broke the ankles of Seewaldt, and that's gonna lead to, unfortunately, a Lady Islanders penalty.
First power play here for the Mamaroneck, huh?
Yep.
Who's the penalty on? Did you catch it? Who's going in the box?
And it looks like,
Is that Special K going in? Kindred?
yep, it looks like Kindred Hare.
Special K. Yeah, that's number 8. There she is. So Special K and Frosted Blakes, when they play together on defense, they're known as the serial killers.
Kindred Hare.
But their nicknames are both named after different types of cereal. Special K, Frosted Blakes.
Well, my favorite cereal, I would say, is honey bunches of oats. It's very healthy. It's filled with a lot of nutrients, fiber, protein.
So let's talk about the fact that at this level, even when you're on a penalty, you can't allow to ice the puck. It bothers the hell out of me, but look at this.
Look out here.
Look at this.
Molly Sullivan, shorthanded, fires, and this time it's going to be shut down by Griffith, as she says, not so fast. That shot from the point by Richard hits off the arm of the defender. Castronova in to try to be the understudy and hopefully make something happen, but to no avail. Dubeau finds the stick fortuitously on charging in is Castronova, and she received that feed well from Dubeau. And now Mamaroneck, with their backs against the wall on their first power play, have yet to capitalize here or even get a chance on the Lady Islanders so far, Dave. Cleared once again by the Lady Islanders. No icing called here. Brought back in by Mamaroneck. Julia Heinz still controlling. Shot blocked. Another chance for Heinz. And this one is stopped again by big Tara Seewaldt.
Tall Tara. Tall Tara, big Laura. But Tall Tara really is tall. Big Laura is not really that tall.
Tall Tara Seewaldt, big Laura Castronova.
Big Laura got her name because we used to call her Little Laura. And I think that Regina Castronova didn't love the name Little Laura. So we went with Big Laura. If she's not Little Laura, she can be Big Laura.
I think it works for her the way she plays.
She plays big.
She
plays huge.
Exactly. And there's a saying. It's not about the size of the fight. It's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the size of the fight in the dog.
Exactly.
So there you go.
Other expressions which we're not going to get into here.
And Castronova exemplifies that as she leads the team in several categories this season. They're second in the point standings, right behind the New York City Cyclones. They suffered a big loss against them yesterday at Chelsea Piers. And this will be a mighty opportunity for them to recapitalize as that shot is turned away by Trocchio. Full strength with 5:15 to go in the second period. Wiedenkeller trying to muscle into her opponents. And there to help is Reynolds on behalf of Wiedenkeller.
Oh, it's got to be a call. You see that hand there? The right hand to the head of Big Red? That was ridiculous.
Brought back in, taking it wide is Schamis. Schamis on her horse. And it'll be sent around the boards. Reynolds pops one off the wall. Schamis in front, driven to the ice.
She's not going to like that. Crusher is not going to like that. According to Coach Rob there, he said the Crusher getting crushed. She will not like that. Seems happy, though. Not too upset about it.
Unfortunate for her.
No penalty, though, huh? No call.
Exactly. Unfortunately for her, she didn't lose her composure. You don't want to put
she kept it together.
Put your team in a bad position.
Big smile there from the Crusher.
Exactly. You can always just get back out there and get them again.
I would have liked to see the penalty called there, but I'm probably not exactly unbiased.
4.5 left to play. 3-0 Lady Islanders on top as they've had many chances to extend their lead to even a bigger margin. And then we got a parade of players along the wall trying to fight free for the puck. There's Seewaldt and Castronova, the two titans of this Lady Islanders lineup.
The two big ones
tonight.
Big Laura and Tall Tara.
In trouble again, the Mamaroneck Tigers find themselves in. Castronova.
Whew. I'll tell you, Mamaroneck's getting aggressive here, which I'm not complaining about. I like aggressive play. But they're definitely turning on some of the strength here.
Another chance. Just misses the stick of Castronova. And once again, this big style defense from Mamaroneck is so far benefiting them as They've held the Lady Islanders to only 1 goal this period after giving up 2 in a short span back in the first.
I gotta say, I wish I could tell you I remember the first game against these guys, but I really don't. But I gotta say, the Lady Islanders have been dominating today. They're not keeping track of shots on goal.
Catherine Loga, no one home on her feed.
But if they were keeping track of shots on goal, it would be pretty clear who's winning this game.
They continue to play rough in front, and taking a hard plunge to the ice was one of the Mamaroneck's forwards. Here's Sullivan, able to get by and alone. She fires wide, gets a rebound, and she can't capitalize on that one as well. 0 for 2 in net.
I gotta say, I would like to have seen the Appendix pass that one to Big Laura. 2-on-1 there with Big Laura could have been an easy goal for her.
And Sullivan also looking for a pair of goals as she was 0 for 2 in that exciting sequence for a moment. 2.5 left to go. Line changes being made by Coach Mark Dubeau and Rob Hare. Schamis down low, charged into the play unknowingly, and that caused a little stir in front as everyone didn't know where the loose puck was, and they continue to fight away once more. Reynolds trying to turn on a dime. She gets sent down to the ice hard. She gets back up, and she'll get back into the play. The bodies are beginning to play in effect in this one, and some frustration shown by Schamis as she takes a whack at one of the players on Mamaroneck. Two minutes left to play, 1:50 exactly, and here's Mamaroneck once more. This one is sent off the glass, and now Dubeau plays it back across onto the stick of Seewaldt, and then favors return back to Dubeau. Dubeau, guarded by Duthie, drops to the ice. Here's Mamaroneck with an opportunity, and that was Adrian Kentrowowitz who couldn't get by Dubeau. Not Castronova. Excuse me, pardon me. Sullivan again throws one wide on the backhand as she continues to show aggression on the forecheck. 1 goal registered by her today as we close in on the dying moments of the second period. A near collision and brief miscommunication made by Mamaroneck just outside the blue line. Seewaldt gets the pass again as it was intended by Mamaroneck to go into their zone. It'll be sent back in, played on the stick again by the Tigers. Once more, Catherine Logue, actually no, this is Julian Court. Cole dumps it in again, and it will be carefully covered up by Trocchio, who then takes a little shot at one of the players on Mamaroneck. Can't see from this angle.
Number 17, I think.
But yeah, it looks like Harper Kaplan was all up in Trocchio's grill with 35.3 to go.
All right. I tell you, it'd be nice to get out of this period up by 3.
Definitely a different story than what we saw the last time these two teams played against each other. 30 seconds remaining. Have to clear it out here. And instead, Trocchio's going to cover it up as Dubeau couldn't manage to get it out safely. 24.5 to go.
Big Red out there for the face-off. You know, the center duties are really shared by Big Red and the Appendix, Molly Sullivan. Hailey and Molly.
And another chance is held by Trocchio as the shot from Daly was contained carefully. And here's Daly with another drive! That
they hit the post. Goalie's best friend. Close. Goalie's best friend right there, folks. Hit the post.
To being a 3-1 game, and instead, Trocchio gets the gift of the iron as her shutout remains intact. 3-0 after 2. Dave Schamis, what can you tell me about something that you like from this last period and something that you want to see going into this next period?
So I have to say, I like the aggressive play. I want to see them continuing the tough defense. They're getting a lot of shots on goal, and they should continue that. But as long as they stay tough on defense and stay clamped down, they're going to walk out of here with a win. I don't see this Mamaroneck team scoring 3 goals in this period. On the other hand, I don't want to eat my words after saying that either. So I probably should be careful what I say and what I predict, what I don't predict. But what I want to see is some continued tough defense and keeping the puck in the Mamaroneck zone.
And that right there could be the key recipe for a big win by the Lady Islanders that would punctuate their season that they've had so far heading into this one. They have a big tournament coming up in the Motor City in a few weeks, and then afterwards it's go time. It's the playoffs.
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
2 weeks will be in Detroit.
2 weeks in the Motor City, and then right around the corner is playoffs, where these girls have to be in their best shape in order to win that championship. But we got 15 more minutes left to play, Dave, and let's see if the Lady Islanders can keep this lead, can hold on to this lead, or else it's going to be a long and miserable car ride going back home.
Long, miserable car ride. I'll be crossing the Mavrakis Bridge for the 4th time today. I was at New Haven earlier today for a Yale lacrosse prospect day, 21 and 22s. It's a nice day, but you can only cross the Mavrakis Bridge so many times until they start calling you a trucker.
As you can tell, Dave Schamis has been a busy man when it comes to being surrounded by sports.
Kids sports.
Earlier today, his alma mater, Yale, and tonight watching his daughter, Caroline, for the Lady Islanders. We got 14 more minutes left to go. Let's see if these girls can hold on to this big lead. They're up 3-0. Courtney Reynolds safely throws it into the corner. Who's going to get it there? And that is Mamaroneck's number 34, Melanie Massell. And now the Lady Islanders back in, centering feet in front. Castronova.
Beautiful pass by Big Red right there.
Likes one wide. On a beautiful feed by Wiedenkeller. Wiedenkeller guarded by 2 ladies behind the net. There's Dubeau with a chance. Thrown in front. That one is blocked. Mamaroneck with an opportunity. Racing in. 3-on-2. Now the Islanders, Lady Islanders I should put it, get back to even it up. And that's going to work in their own advantage as they stop Mamaroneck in their tracks. That one is gloved down by the coach's daughter, Dubeau. Cross-ice speed wouldn't go as it was intended for Castronova, but it hit off the body of a Mamaroneck Tiger instead. Turning on a dime and safely escaping her opponent was Richard, but the Lady Islanders still in trouble, and they avoid a penalty right there as falling to the ice. And a vine of sticks was number 22, Kay Rosenberg.
I gotta say, you've called Rosenberg's name quite a lot today. She's all over the ice. A few of these, the Mamaroneck girls have played well.
And this may be a big opportunity here. And that shot lacked power and strength. And that was from the stick of, I believe that's number 34. That was Melanie Massell. Only one enormous chance has not gone towards Mamaroneck's way, and that was that happened in the last 10 seconds of the previous period when Morgan Daly ringed one off the iron that just nearly targeted top shelf past Trocchio. But nevertheless, her shutout remains the story for the Lady Islanders tonight with 12 minutes to go. That could have been costly for the Lady Islanders. There to make sure nothing happens is Tall Tara Seewaldt. See, I got it this time, Dave.
Tall Tara. It's not a hard one to remember, that one.
Tall Tara, Big Laura, both making huge impacts for Coach Mark Dubeau's squad here tonight. 11 and a half left to play. There's Seewaldt again. Boy, does she want another one added to her resume tonight. Whistle blown
dead.
What did
they call there? Was that offsides?
I think it's going to be offsides.
I didn't see that.
Nope.
Oh, no.
It's going to be a penalty, and they will put the Lady Islanders on the women advantage once again.
Nice job, girls. Nice job drawing those penalties. Was that drawn on? I didn't see who she slashed. Might have been Caroline.
So it was
Might have been the pressure.
Layla Geniello will serve
She got the penalty. I think
2-minute penalty for slashing with 11:17 to go.
I think the Crusher might have drawn that one.
Lady Islanders.
She hasn't been in the penalty box yet today. And she drew a penalty, and she got crushed there on the other side.
And how about that for
Big
your
day.
And how about that for your daughter? She leads the team in penalty minutes, but this is a very fortunate
change of
opportunity that could change the course for this game.
Oh!
So Caroline Schamis drawing the 2-minute slashing penalty against number 13, Layla Geniello, as Mamaroneck brings it back in, short-handed.
I don't
on
like
the
this.
ice is Tara Seewaldt. She has 1 goal tonight. Lady Islanders, this is their second power play opportunity. They were 0 for 1 in the first period. And so this will be a chance to redeem themselves if they can, as Seewaldt face plants into the boards just momentarily. It hops off the stick. Mamaroneck actually putting pressure here, shorthanded, as this one nearly passes the glove side of Trocchio.
Islanders got to regroup here. They're on a one-man advantage here. They can't have this. Can't have this.
Taken down was Peyton Caggiano, and barking for a call was head coach Michael Koga, and now he's having a few words with the official as the play continues. And right now the Lady Islanders dealing with some misery business here, with their second power play opportunity only 40 seconds away from going to waste.
Here comes Big Red.
Wiedenkeller. Not enough gas to take it forward. Dubeau from the top. Shut down again by Griffith. Trying to drive her opponent against the boards with Schamis. Who's there to get it? And working again along the wall is Wiedenkeller. Looking for help. Reynolds was there on her behalf. Another chance, deflected in front. Reynolds can't find it. It was stuck between her legs. Another chance popped high off a stick in front. Both teams are at even strength. Geniello coming to the ice for the Mamaroneck Tigers, as we now have 9 minutes of hockey left to play here on this cold Sunday night.
I got to tell you, the Crusher got away with one right there. She got a little check into the boards and she really pushed back on the girl. I thought she was going to get a penalty, but she didn't.
And this is the part, Dave, where all these parents, coaches, and players are going to be holding their breaths. Can the Lady Islanders finish strong here and remain on top? They were up 2-0 the last time these two teams met, and it led to a 2-2 tie result.
I'd like to see him walk out of here with a shutout, but I'd be just as happy with the win.
Pumping the brakes was Richard for a moment, and she sends it again to the center ice. Mamaroneck working her way and hustling back in with steam is Castronova. Loga, with boisterous energy, sends it around the boards. Out to get it was Kelly, but she was stopped in her tracks, and Mamaroneck plays it again. Caggiano. This one was knocked off the pads again by the Lady Islanders. Castronova spinning and controlling, but then losing it again to the Tigers. Wago got it onto the stick of Mavrakis, and then it's sent back in once more, where it'll be chased and hunted down by Richard. 7.5 left to play. Mavrakis floats one in the air, pops high. Who gets there? Bodies go crashing into each other for a moment, and that's going to result in a line change for both teams. No icing called.
Waved off. I'll say it again, these refs have somewhere to be. It's the moment I'm not complaining about.
And that one is shut down. Thrown across, and no one was home on the pass by Korb. Wiedenkeller circling the wagon, angles it onto the stick of Reynolds. Reynolds trying to make time to get by the defense, and that is swiped away again. The Lady Islanders cleanly get it ahead, and they force Mamaroneck Tigers to chase in their own zone. 6.5 to go. Lady Islanders up 3-0. Jessica Trocchio for Holtzville, New York. Just praying for these final moments to count down. That would be a big win for her 8th of the season, as well as an enormous shutout victory.
Ooh, no
icing waved
there.
off.
They're letting them go on this today, I'll tell you that.
Caggiano had an open lane on that chance.
Sunday night at the bar in Mamaroneck's got to be a big night for these guys. Or in Larchmont, where the hell we are. Oh yeah, Big Laura.
Almost
a big
intercepted.
opportunity there for Big Laura.
And now here's Tara Seewaldt again. Seewaldt. Surfing in the aisle zone. Got it onto the stick of Laura Castronova. Seewaldt again. Dubeau. Got it onto the stick of Reynolds. Rosenberg lost it momentarily. Wiedenkeller trying to force her way in. Galloping with speed. Koga across. Chance. Denied by Trocchio. She got a leg on it.
She lost her stick there momentarily. Jess, the goalie.
Castronova tried to get a glove down on that one to control it. And those two, Castronova and Rosenberg, had a little out with each other right there as they gave each other pleasantries and shoves. As it's been a very somewhat physical and emotional game. Both goalies getting into it as players have been trying to capitalize and break in on opportunities in front of the goal mouth. 4.5 left to go.
Nice job there by Sam Richard to take that one away. The Crusher's got to get on that. Got to make something of that.
Back to get it, and on her tail was Kelly. Kelly. Who gets there?
Come on, Skelly.
Here comes Mamaroneck's Estelle Magard in trouble as Sullivan took it away from her. Rosenberg has some trouble right there too. And now Kelly gets tangled up with Harper Kaplan. Those two exchange words. Kaplan's off the ice and out comes Maniello. No, Geniello for Mamaroneck. As we close in on the final 3.5 minutes. Hops off the stick of Sullivan. She'll go for a line change. As well as Melanie Maciel for Mamaroneck. This one deflects off the stick, actually off the skate of the Mamaroneck player, and then tipped off the stick.
Oh, that's going to be
Wiedenkeller.
That's going to be a call. Big Red's going in. Hello, Big Red.
Not what you want to see from the Lady Islanders.
Well, they're going to make it
late in
interesting
this
here
one.
at the end with 3 minutes to go. Now, the question for you, Mike, does Mamaroneck pull their goalie here for a 6-on-4 situation? There's 3 minutes left, but with 3 down, I would do that if I was them. Looks like they're not doing it at the moment.
That's definitely a smart strategy, Dave, and if you're coach Michael Logo, you want to put your best players out there, obviously.
You're down 3.
I would say
you have a power play. I would get the goalie out off the ice, but
I would think so
me.
too, and I think we're starting to see her creep out of her home, out of her habitat, which is the goal.
Not yet, though. At the moment, she's planted in there pretty tight. Up. Uh-oh.
Another penalty.
Oh, no. That's not what we need right there.
Now
I would definitely.
Never mind.
Oh, no. Good. I take it back.
So 2:37 left to play.
That could ice the game here for us.
And there you mentioned it. Kate Rosenberg, the only threat from that was facing the Lady Islanders.
Was that
tonight.
Rosenberg that went in?
Yep, that was Rosenberg. Yep.
So with Rosenberg, we got a minute and a half or so of even strength, and then the Lady Islanders are going to have a power play.
Lady Islanders 0 for 2 tonight in the power play. Mamaroneck 0 for 2 as well.
I got to say, I'm not seeing the urgency that I'd want to see in a team down 3-0 with 2 minutes to go.
Actually,
I'm not seeing the urgency of them at all.
This is Mamaroneck's first power play tonight, and it may be their last, as there's another opportunity that almost was successfully completed for Sullivan. Loga taking it wide, cutting back in, got it across, shot, glove down by Trocchio.
Nice job,
She's
Jess.
going to pounce on it to cover it up.
Let's look at Jess. See how she's doing in there.
1:40 to play.
Telling Special K something. Not sure what they're talking about. You know, in the past, Mike, we have wired up Jess with a microphone. It's really cool. So we can hear her on the ice the whole game.
And one's got to be wondering what she's saying under her breath right now. These last 1 minute and 40 seconds must be killing her as she's looking for that big shutout victory. As we close in on a minute and a half to go, and the whistle blown again.
I think the puck went out of play there, I think.
Yep,
I think Caroline might have been shooting for Coach Mark right there.
The Biscuit takes an adventure over the glass and out of the playing territory. That caused the whistle and play to be halted. So we got 1:27 to go. And now Courtney Reynolds taking it wide. Got a chance in front. No one was home right there to bang it home. And that one.
A lot of opportunities here.
Kindred Hare looking for Reynolds.
Got to get some sticks on the ice here.
On the revival in front. Here's Reynolds.
We got a 5-on-4 now. Islanders power play for the next 22 seconds. No, excuse me, 15 seconds.
Under a minute to go. Wiedenkeller. And this one is swiped away by Daly and controlled behind the goal and brought back in
all even
by
here
Hare.
for the last 35 seconds, Mike. Too late to pull their goalie, though. Maybe they still will, but they missed that opportunity when they had a power play.
25 remaining.
Looks like she's staying in.
How are you going to stop her? With the size that she possesses, not just physically, but also in her game.
10 seconds to go here, Mike. This one looks like it's in the bag.
And that it will. And with that is all she wrote.
Shutout for Jess Trocchio. And she looks pretty happy about that, doing a little dance there on the ice.
The Lady Islanders victorious on Sunday nights.
Oh, look at her dancing.
And a victory dance will culminate this evening affair. A shutout victory for number 30 and a happy moment for her teammates as well. They win it 3-0. And this time, the score doesn't end in a tie. They beat the Mamaroneck Tigers and Coach Michael Koga.
What do you think stars of the game? I'm going to have to say Jess Trocchio gets it.
I think so too, with the way she played. Literally
shutout goalie.
Unfazed whatsoever. Anytime the puck got close to her cage, she didn't scramble. She wasn't panicking. She was confident. She held her own ground, and she was able to make big saves. But you got to give it to this Lady Islanders defense for really stepping it up for Coach Mark Dubeau. Just because you have Trocchio in that doesn't mean you shouldn't have girls backing her up at all times. And that's what Dubeau does a great job when it comes to being a head coach, finding these type of players to make these type of things happen.
Good. Well, Mike, it's great doing the first game with you here.
Looking forward
to next weekend. And with that, we'll say goodnight to Schamis Shots. See you all next weekend. Hopefully we'll be live streaming.